Oh, Tommy, Tommy. Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson. Oh, Tommy, Tommy. Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson was driven out of Cambridge by the police. He was physically ejected from this town for no other reason that he was Tommy Robinson. They could eject his body, they could eject his children and bully his children and have his children crying, but they can't eject his spirit and his truth. Yesterday, the truth won at the Old Bailey. Tommy stood strong. He stood up against the judiciary, against the state and their intimidation, and he refused to submit to the demands of his legal team that he compromise, that he accept a caution, that he admit guilt for being in contempt of court, because he wasn't in contempt of court. This is the truth. When we saw him in the House of Lords yesterday, dining with Lord Pearson, and Gerard Batten and Ezra Levant, celebrating his ongoing freedom, we rejoiced at that, because that was vindication of Tommy. The fact that he put that statement into the court and said, I have done nothing wrong. What I have done is simply repeat what was on the BBC, what other journalists said. No other journalist was brought to court for what Tommy was. There has been no journalist sent to prison for the last 60 years for contempt of court. It's a bit of a joke charge. It's just a civil offence. But Tommy was arrested in Leeds, tried by Jeffrey Marsden and sentenced to 13 months in prison on this trumped up charge of contempt of court in 5 hours. It was a kangaroo court. It wasn't justice. And Tommy persevered, and with his supporters, he won his freedom. And it went again into the Old Bailey yesterday. Nicholas Hilliard, QC, was to try his case and to come to a conclusion in that case. But he was thrown out by Tommy's statement. He began to realise this man is not guilty. On what basis are we even trying him here? And he sent it back to the Attorney General. He said, you sort this out, because I can't come to a judgment on this. Now, there was one person missing yesterday in the House of Lords at that dining table. That was Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage has said all along that Tommy is guilty. Guilty of what? Guilty of standing up for the children of our country. The 1 million kids. Think of that figure. 1 million children, the length and breadth of this country. That figure was produced by Sarah Champion, the Labour MP, who investigated the Muslim rape gangs across this country and the terror they've unleashed on the children of this country. A terror which has been covered up by the media, which has been ignored by the police, and which has been covered over by the social services. A terror which is a terrible stain on this nation. A terror which Tommy Robinson was exposing. That's why they want to silence him, because he's exposing them for their guilt. He is guilty of nothing. And Nigel Farage, shame on you. You're a hero of the cause. You won us the referendum. You're a great man. But you're so wrong on this, Nigel. You need to make a 180-degree turn. Come onto Tommy's side and stand with us in this cause. We're at Cambridge now. Tommy was attacked in a cafe in this town. He was driven out by the police. But he will return to this town in glory, because he's standing on truth. And as Jesus said, the truth will set you free. That's all that Tommy wants, and that's what the British public want. And that's why he's a folk hero, because they recognise what he's doing, it's justified, and it's right, and it's brave. He's a man of immense courage. Not only has he been incarcerated in brutal conditions, he's faced constant death threats from jihadist gangs. The state are still contriving to murder Tommy. Realise the truth of that. As they murdered Billy Wright in Ulster, and as they've murdered other people in prison, they tried to murder Tommy in Olney prison. They tried to intimidate him to the point of death. But Tommy will not be subdued. He will not give in. He's committed his whole life to this cause, to justify our children and their plight. And he's going to win. He's a folk hero, and we stand with him. And in this place today, we say again, oh, Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson. Oh, Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson. Good on you, Tom. God bless.